So hands up. Yeah, and then 3, 2, and action.
It's all smiles for Hawaiian Carissa Moore. The 5-time world champion is following her heart and stepping away from competition.
Sweet, thanks guys. I'm leaving the door open. I'm not looking at this as like a retirement. I'm looking at this as I'm stepping away for now, and I'm gonna explore all the different things that life has to offer at this moment. It's a nerve-wracking decision because it's the biggest change I've had in my whole life. But I'm also really, really excited about what lies ahead and the opportunities to evolve and grow and challenge myself. This was a special one this year in Maui, the end of 2018. The waves were fire. Like, some of the best waves I think we've ever gotten on Maui. I just remember it was a super solid swell, but it was like the most perfect direction.
It is so hard to sum up Carissa Moore because she is so all-encompassing. She is one of the best female pro surfers that we have ever seen in the surfing world. She's the modern idol for these young girls right now who are dreaming of becoming professional surfers.
I definitely think like the first world title was super special. Just getting to like reach that level that I had dreamed of my whole life and being like, oh, I can do this. I did it. It's been 13 years that I've competed on the championship tour, and there's been some incredible highs, but also a few lows too.
To see her go through that devastation of losing a world title, having it slip through your fingers, not once, but twice. No one had ever gone through that in surfing history before, and that was devastating.
Your new world champion, Caroline Marks.
Yeah, I mean, it was super hard. It was super hard losing the final event 2 years in a row after like leading the season. It was heartbreaking. And regardless of the outcome, like, I tried my best.
Not a track record that she'll be able to continue to exploit upon, but right here, Carissa Moore, we're just going to enjoy this surfing of Carissa Moore. Couple of beautiful swoops, and you can tell she's feeling very confident. She's liking both her form and the equipment all coming into play.
How important it is to get the right wave.
But here we go with Carissa Moore taking a nice high line, loading up for a beautiful wrapping cut back into the white water, double pump off the bottom, and a searing top turn, torquing it all the way around. And a second turn gets the knee drop there for a little style points. Comes through this section again, little tail release on turn number 3, and just kicks out before the short break.
Let's just have a look at this wave. Just see that bottom turn too, and that little cup in the lip just leans itself to getting belted, and that's exactly what she does. She just has no holds barred when she attacks the lip out here. And we talk about that hunger, about finding herself.
Kaipo in uncharacteristic spot in 8th place, but watch the surfing that she's producing. Round 1, she's dropped 9s. Watch this next turn right here from Carissa Moore. Bang! I mean, we haven't seen anything like that from Carissa so far this year. She is on fire, and her year starts now. If she keeps surfing like this, she is going to be very, very tough to beat. By the way, this turn from Carissa here to finish this wave off was nothing short of amazing. Beautiful turn to kick it off. Nice through the lip. Now she starts to build up that speed, and right here just hooking into it. I mean, that's the most
of this French event. As we see Carissa taking off early here. Beautiful looking wall stretching out. She unloads a nice carve to get things started. Lining up this second section now, and an even bigger version of that same turn. A beautiful move, and it should score well.
Wow.
Like that turn.
I love that second maneuver from Carissa. That board is looking so sparky. Just notice that she's changed up the equipment. Yeah, you can see those wheels turning as Pauline goes into that open face. I think she should just not overthink it. Just let her surfing come to the forefront and really feel out what the wave's doing.
So Carissa only putting away a 3 on her last wave. She wants to get rid of that now. Nice first turn. This wave setting up pretty well. A couple of carves. Looking for a big finish now. goes to that little layback jam and rides out.
Have a look at this, though.
A minute 25, Carissa making a move to try to take out her longtime rival, the Hawaiian. Nice speed carve off the top. Nice tight jam with the tail release. So far, so good as she rips it back in the pocket. Little bit of room to move on the inside, and she slams it.
And she walks away with a third here, and that's, again, that's pretty much a result that she achieves with a third of a knee.
A bung leg. But during that interview, Carissa Moore stepped things up. She was struggling to get a big number on the board. She just dropped a 9.2.
And it was all due to those two outside moves. Yes, she cleans it up on this inside section, but she unloaded such beautiful lines in the way she carried the speed through this thing. See, she drives through it. Again, look at this, a big whip. I mean, a significant difference in the speed she carried through those moves. And a pretty good finish as well. So I'll give it to her. That was a well-constructed wave from start to finish and a well-earned 9.2. So if she can put another one of these in the bank, looks like we'll have another Roxy Pro championship for Carissa Moore. Looking so good.
Rips into the faces of these waves. Look at this thing, Ronnie.
Some set wave action. Carissa Moore well positioned, using her priority. Casual off the bottom. The wave not barreling just yet. She looks to set it up once again. Now she pulls in deep in the tube, and she's going to find her way out. And that's the read. You know, at different stages, we've said some surfers have waited too long at the start of the ride. It just seems Carissa has such an innate knowledge of this break. The wave definitely provided a big enough barrel to get a solid number. Casual off the bottom. The wave not barreling just yet. She looks to set it up once again. Now she pulls in deep in the tube, and she's going to find her way out.
Over 100 miles off the nearest coastline, and that is a huge deal because this technology is mimicking ocean power. Carissa Moore just locked in a beautiful score. Now here comes her wave on her front side attack, facing the wave and driving down the line with a lot of speed. A couple of clean top turn wraps, now into the tube, disappearing. Perfect exit. Wants a little bit more of the barrel here. Stalls and goes right back in. Two quick barrels to kick this one off. Now back out in front to the open face. Clean top turn route. A three-time world champ representing Team USA. Now looking to set this section up nice and deep. Really hollow. She's completely gone. Can Carissa make it? Gets the completion. And a layback finishing move to get out of there.
And she has that in her repertoire.
Oh yeah, we know Carissa Moore is capable of that big front three.
And this is the opportunity. You know, 2 more runs on the right. Feeling comfortable, so let's see if she gets the opportunity.
Carissa Moore, she paddles into this wave. You see catching it from basically as far up as you can possibly get, building up a lot of speed down the line. Surfing on the razor's edge. A lot of speed, building momentum down the line. Kick stall. Fading into the barrel. We'll see how deep she chooses to go. Just a quick in and out there. Section keeps going. Ooh. Can she come out? Carissa Moore, a magician, coming from deep behind the curtain. Back onto the open face now. Here she will start to unleash a series of maneuvers. She's pumping down the line. This wave starts to pick up again. The inside tube section racing. Carissa Moore, again, super deep. Well done for Carissa Moore. Another beautiful tube ride out into a hack on the open face. Maybe that's how you improve on a 9.27.
Well,
just do that.
Yeah, she got a bit deeper on her barrels for sure. The outside one, probably not as deep as her original wave that we had, but definitely wave number or section 2, and then that final section, great flow and really deep on that final section.
Missing Tyler from this event, hoping that she can get back for the European leg. But right now, We're going to see if Carissa Moore can get herself the lead here after this first run, because Lakey Peterson moved into the number one position with her first two rides. Carissa, she had an 8.33 on that opening left, and she started off this right-hander with a couple of big drawn-out turns, tucking into the barrel, fading back, looking for more vision here. She locks in, still running through this one, will find the exit. And this is that section of the wave where someone like Carissa can really generate some solid scores. Clean sequence of turns, has room for another. As she now looks to stand on the tail, line up the inside section, gets that weight on the front of her foot. And she finds her way through this one. And a big, powerful hack to finish. So only needs a 7 and has an opportunity to obviously extend that lead with something better than a 9-point ride. If anyone can do it, Rosie, it's this woman.
100%. Carissa Moore, I think she's just going to up the ante. Like we saw on her left, every ride that she gets.
Love that big, silky carve that Carissa just grinds through before setting up the pit. Locked in, re-emerges for a moment, but straight back in for more cover. And this is a good one. This wave holding nice and open, allowing a really clean exit. And plenty of time to set up some big turns here. Huge hook off the top, straight up into the bowl. Transition hit, bashes it a little harder this time. Now nice and deep, gets a nice drive into it. Should be coming through this one. The 3-time world champ on her way to another huge score. Throws the reverse, almost rides out. The world's best pushing it hard here on their second final run.
I can't help myself. This is amazing just to see these ladies just going for that high impact maneuver. Love to see that from Carissa.
Great to have your company here on the CBS Sports Network for Finals Day at the Surf Ranch Pro, presented by Hurley. Ronnie Blakey, joined by Rosie Hodge, a former championship tour surfer. And Rosie, the women have just finished off their second finals run here. Such a unique format at this event, and Carissa Moore is really starting to step things up.
She's on fire. We've seen her increase her scoreline on the left, holding on to a healthy lead at the moment. We just saw her take her second swing at the right. Let's get eyes on what she got done. This sequence of maneuvers right here, this cut down carve to barrel is just so seamless. Just the way that she's able to place herself, stuff herself right back inside that barrel, and then again sets that line, gets deep inside that tube. So beautiful read from Carissa on this right-hander. Like you said, she's looking to better a 9. That's a huge ask, but Carissa swinging for the fences. Another beautiful cut down carve. Almost gets hung up, but she knows this barrel is coming. She starts to step on the gas, then eases up and lets herself just take the time to get that vision inside the barrel. But this right here, that air reverse, so close to a completion. Wow, just on her way, a fine line of getting that completion on that maneuver. We saw Lakey Peterson go down on the same move, but great to see these ladies having a swing at the air reverse.
Well, Carissa enjoying herself out there, letting the crowd know that she appreciates their support. A 3-time world champion, a woman considered to be one of the greatest surfers of all time, and she's still just 25 years of age. Such a big career ahead of her, and waiting on the numbers to come through. She has improved her situation, a 9.2. So Carissa Moore building nicely here on finals day, and the pressure is right on Stephanie Gilmore, Caroline Marks, and Lakey Peterson, who are trying to chase her down. Such a unique event, the first time we've had a championship tour contest here at the Surf Ranch.
She is just squeezing her competitors into a corner. They're going to have another run to try and catch that lead, but Carissa with a 17.80 total. That is massive.
Unbelievable. But this is a big opportunity for her to potentially break through for her first championship tour win. We've said it for a long time. This is the most final surfer on the CT without a victory.
The 31-minute mark.
And out there in the lineup, Carissa Moore looking to get things started with a beautiful barrel ride here in semi-final number 2. And she's been reading these waves so well throughout the event. Huge carve after exiting one of the best tube rides of the day.
Now it's Carissa Moore coming around the corner. Sweeping arc right in the pocket. Laid back power jam right on the money.
Wrist just drilling the lip now. Big bowl section. She'll throw down the layback hammer to put that thing to bed. Unbelievable performance from Carissa Moore, showing us some of the best surfing we've seen in 2018. Let's take another look at the 9.5.
Yeah, let's have a look here. First wave of the set, nice and clean. Wind's gone offshore. Carissa hooks into that first maneuver, getting the board ready. Up through the lip again, showing some variety. Big snap again off the top, off the bottom, and straight into the barrel. Beautiful transition. Comes out nice and clean. Carissa Moore starting to light it up. She knows she's got it. Joanne Defay is looking sharp. She's in good form at the moment. Carissa not taking any chances, leaving no stone unturned. She pulls into the barrel and comes out flying through that next section. Carissa Moore starting to light it up. She knows she's got it. Joanne Defay is looking sharp. She's in good form at the moment. Carissa not taking any chances, leaving no stone unturned. She pulls into the barrel and comes out.
She's going to keep that spot up there at the top of the chief leaderboard.
And so cool to see so many different champions in the events this year. Caroline Marks beating Carissa in the final on the Gold Coast. That was a great way for Moore to start off 2019 with that runner-up finish. Carissa Moore on her first ride of the afternoon and the event. Pulls into the barrel. Clean line there. Comes out without a problem. Beautiful carve on the most critical part of the wave. This is where things really start standing up. Full arcing cutback committed all the way back to the pocket of the wave. Layback power jam. Dropping that back foot down right off the lip. That'll set up a deep barrel for Carissa. Comes flying out, big section, lays into it off the top, but can't pull off the finish.
Those two turns on the end section before the barrel were massive. That's the kind of surfing that Carissa has put her at the top of that Jeep leaderboard. She looked free. Just that little error at the end, but I feel like her surfing done on that outside going to be one of the better rights. See the barrel not super deep, but in and out, clean. The transitions, solid. I loved how she was getting that wrapping cutback, which we'll see in a moment, but having a full roundhouse and then come out with speed again, look at that, all the way back, and somehow finds more drive to get back out and do this. Next turn right here, massive. Look at this. Lays that rail over, spray flying everywhere. It sets her up perfectly for the barrel. Nice late stalled out bottom turn. I mean, if you'd had this finish right here, we would have seen a big number.
Incredible turn to barrel combination. As we slow down the subtleties there, always in the lip line. So much variety, but how much power was in this turn?
Look at that, just lays it over, and the compression, she actually absorbs all that energy and is just strong enough, those knees all the way to the board, able to get back to her feet, set up the barrel, and look how deep she is. Releases, nothing touching the wall, so she has that extra speed to come out super clean. Nice work there for Carissa Moore.
Carissa Moore waiting for the scores for the right, trying to move closer to the top 4 on the leaderboard so she can be part of the final to defend her title here in Lemoore. We'll take a quick break. We'll bring in Ronnie Blakey and Barton Lynch for the call right after this. And Italo Ferrer, you can't say enough about Leo's comeback to the jersey. Not just getting the ball rolling on the CT, but turning in one of his best performances in his entire career. Coming very close to his first CT final. Holding the rail on the backhand. Carissa Moore turning this final into a shootout of her own. Got an 8-6 on her right. Trying to improve on her 5 on the left. She's done that, Potts.
How comfortable does she look, Joe? I mean, this is not an easy place to master.
So she didn't get to experience it in those early title days when she had qualified for the tour. Here comes Carissa, pulls right in under the hood. Moore makes it.
Wow.
Lays down the forehand cutty and jams the finishing move. Incredible ride for world #1.
And she drove right through that turn, and now sort of she's been setting the pace, and Carissa Moore's going to try and track her down now, and that is the combination of already some really solid turns. Doesn't bother milking it through to the inside, knows that she doesn't really have to.
I think we're about to see possibly the biggest score of the day. You know, you were lucky if you did a quick hamstring stretch and loosened up. But definitely these days, so many different forms of warm-up that we see. A lot of people, a lot of the surfers using tennis balls and various sort of, quick muscle turn-on techniques.
Yeah, it was always kind of an interesting one. You know, I talked to Kelly about it because, you know, I'd see back in the day when we were surfing it, guys were like on 7, 6, and I'm like, that's such a big board. I can't even barely ride a board like that at sunset. And so he told me, you know, to ride a 610. That was
Rochelle, we just saw an incredible backdoor wave by Carissa Moore.
Number on the way as well. As we see Carissa Moore during the break, she surprised herself.
Yes.
We love that. The progression has been a big focus for the judging panel throughout. We've seen some solid scores laid down on the men's side. First time we've seen one of the women take to the air.
That is epic.
And
she, like you said, she was shocked.
She was shocked.
Just flawless off the bottom here. Jams that first turn, but sees down the line here that beautiful wrapping cutback was on offer, and Carissa just laying rail like you would not believe. And watch the slow-mo here. So she gets the first jam up in the pocket here, keeps the board pointing down the line here. If she overcommitted there, she would have missed this next turn. The wave bowls out for her here. She sets that toe side rail again, drives hard off the bottom as we see some of the point scores starting to rifle off down the bottom here. Watch as she comes into the first part of this turn here. Now she gets on the heel side rail. The back arm staying low, that keeps the power engaged in the turn, driving off the fins, and now she releases, staying nice and low.
And Carissa's got that priority, lining this one up. And she opts to go. Let's see what she can do with it. Drops to the bottom, gets moving quickly, wants to get this big first turn done, and it's a beauty. Again, up into the pocket, and she winds through another big carve and finds room for a third. And Carissa Moore now thinking about connecting the dots right through to the inside. She's got a bit of white water to deal with here. She'll bank off that and finds a bit of speed as she projects off that white water, rolling through to the inside, wrapping it back once again, pacing herself at the moment, just trying to connect this wave right through to the end section. Doesn't quite find it, but the damage was done. That'll be the best wave of the final so far.
By a long shot there, Ronnie. That was an amazing wave, and it just gave her perfect opportunity to really open up and do some of those trademark hacks and carves that Carissa Moore is so accustomed to.
You think about her results at the past two events. Semi-finals for Carissa are typically falling short of the main goal, but she's really just looking to solidify her place in that final five. She's up at the moment, already has a pair of sixes, and is on her way to a solid score here. Great release. You know, one of those surfers, fortunately enough, that's got that great sponsorship backing, has obviously a fantastic success in the events that she's surfed in, traveling with her partner. Here she is at the moment, holding on to the lead at this stage, trying to get rid of a 6.33. First turn strong, second maybe even better, dealing with some foam on the face, but gets the completion. And the 6.33 will probably get the boot here, Rich.
I think it's going to get the boot for sure, Ron. Just off the strength of the critical nature of both those turns. She pushed hard on the first one.
Section incredibly challenging, and that'll take her down. That gives room for Carissa Moore. Overhead section. Drills the first hack, second turn. Straight up off the lip line. Right into a roundhouse cutback.
Man.
Beautiful arc once again. Uses that speed and just carves right back into the power source. There's the vertical for Riss. The world #1 putting together an absolute Barra special. She'll stay on her feet through the back wall. Definitely has done that already with now 30 minutes on the clock. Carissa Moore, Isabella Nichols trying to set up the start of this heat. Riss demands the pole position. Carved to start for the Hawaiian. Finds that wrap, bottom dropped out, recovered well. Clean vertical snap, wraps it. Board's looking incredible from Matt Biolis. Classic airbrush that she had when she was a little kid, brought that back. Arcs it with a lot of flow off the bottom. She crushes that beautiful power carve and jams it shut, opens with authority, and shows why that she is #1 in the world.
Gabriella Bryan and Brisa Hennessy just getting started. Carissa Moore again at back door. Big roomy barrel traveling through here. Wow. And that's the completion. That is the excellent score that we were waiting for.
That's insane golf clap right here. I'm just psyched for her. That was so deep. That's 2 deep barrels in a row.
Is this one going to stand up? It sometimes looks like it's going to be a good set, and then it slides under the peak. Wow, she's been able to pick it up.
She's going to let risk go. She takes it, pulls into the pit, and makes it. Carissa goes off the top and bounces vertically, and the 5-time world champ just pulled off a miracle moment under priority.
Oh my goodness.
Come on down, stay hydrated, so you can keep cheering these surfers on.
What a great idea. Yeah, it is getting hot. Always good to be hydrated. Big thanks to Yeti. Carissa getting underway here.
Yeah, fluid and motion as we see Carissa really digging into that turn right there. It felt like everything else was a setup, gaining momentum down the line. Spend some time in that barrel, Joe.
Love that little hook just to get down to the bottom, back to the lip again. So feeling in every part of this wave. Not relaxing at any stage. I've lost count of the maneuvers.
Beautiful transition as this wave starts to steepen up. She knows she can deepen that bottom turn and really hack it off the top. See all of that spray. Now she's going to dig deep and get barrel. Disappears from view. Extremely deep right there. What's she going to do on this end section? Hammers it with the layback.
Wow. Unbelievably deep on the inside, right? There was a moment where I was wondering if she did it a little bit too much on that inside too.
By Stephanie Gilmore. And then you got Carissa Moore pushing back against Sakura Johnson. But this happened during the interview, Flick. And Carissa Moore, I mean, what more do you want?
She absolutely went to town on this wave. She's covered so much ground on that first open face carve. It was beautiful to watch. Bringing it through to the inside here, and the work wasn't done yet. You can see she's lining up this last section and releases the fins. Gets a little bit of airtime there as well, but yeah, just beautiful surfing from Carissa. She's really looking on fire. Once again, that board, it looks like the same one that she was possibly riding yesterday, or very similar spray. But yeah, just look how much water she's displacing there. Beautiful surfing, just textbook. And
push it hard. I mean, this feels so excellent when we break it down into slow motion.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know what? We can report to you that this is excellent. This is a 9.37, and I am loving this finish right here. A little freestyle from Carissa Moore. Getting the fins free, and 9.37 for that effort. So Carissa Moore has already gone